Hello, and welcome to our course on learning to choose better. We will equip you with an understanding of how the human mind makes decisions.
Fernand, why is that important?
Because by understanding how we typically make decisions, we can try to make these decisions better. Because by doing so, we can try to anticipate when we need to slow down and think, rather than to use mental shortcuts to make quick decisions. And because by recognizing our preconceptions and unconscious biases, we can mitigate poor and bad choices. Every day, we make many decisions. Some easy choices can be made quickly with little or no mental energy. Other tougher ones need more time and effort for deliberation. Sometimes, we are conscious that we are thinking hard and carefully about our decision, but often, like in the course of a daily routine, we make many decisions automatically and immediately. We are able to make many choices quickly because we have built up within ourselves a toolbox of experiences and instincts that help us deal with everything life throws at us, so that we can be more efficient and effective.
Cognitive scientists have suggested there are two basic modes of thinking. Fast or type 1 thinking involves less mental effort. It relies greatly on knowledge, habit, instincts, intuition, or emotions accumulated from one's past life experiences. We use fast thinking to make automatic quick decisions or to make first impressions of people, places, and things. We use this mode of thinking very frequently, and it is usually perfectly fine for us to make fast decisions in this way, often with incomplete information. On the other hand, type 2 or slow thinking comes into play when there are many choices or when attention, care, or effort is required. It is slower, more deliberate, calculating, and conscious. We should use slow thinking for tougher or more important decisions.
So, when making choices, it is useful to know what factors influence your choices. Unfortunately, humans are not always rational creatures. When someone makes a decision, the brain can be flooded with feelings and driven by emotions. Even when one is consciously trying to be rational, reasonable, and restrained, emotional impulses sometimes secretly influence one's judgment.
Natural selection has endowed us with a brain that is complex and has the ability to reason carefully, but the brain usually tries to conserve effort and energy. Sometimes we need to use careful reasoning to analyze the options. At other times, we need to just listen to our emotions. The key to making good decisions is realizing when to use the different styles of thoughts for different occasions.
Bob, so can we then assume that the slow and deliberate thinking will always give better outcomes than the fast and frugal thinking?
No, not every decision is important enough to spend the time and energy to think slowly and carefully about before we act on them. If we only use slow thinking for our daily lives, we'd hardly be able to make the necessary decisions to even get out of bed in the morning. It's clear that minor decisions need to be fast and frugal, but the important ones we need to reserve our slow thinking time for. Here's a well-known error that occurs when we think fast. When asked which horizontal line is longer, B looks longer than A, and we naturally believe what we see. This is an illusion bias. Our intuition fools us in a repeatable, consistent, and predictable way. For most of us, we need a ruler to confirm that the lines are indeed identical in length.
Here's another classic optical illusion. What's the color of the circle the arrow is pointing to? Brown. Thank you. And what's the color of the circle the arrow is now pointing to? Brick red. If you think that the colors are different in the two circles, you are not alone. It turns out that they are identical, and it is very hard to notice that they have the same color. But if we remove the different color backgrounds, we see that the circles are in fact identical. If you don't believe me, you can pause the video, print out this frame, do some arts and crafts, and see that they are identical. But again, it is the same story. If we put back the backgrounds, the illusion comes back right away. There is no way for us not to see the illusion. And this fact has been known for more than 150 years. In the same way that our eyes can be fooled into seeing something incorrectly, our fast thoughts can be tricked into thinking inaccurately. Here's an exercise on fast and slow thinking. See if you can figure out the answer.
Good afternoon. Hey, we've got a special offer today.
Oh, great.
Tiger prawn noodle bento, only $1.10. In fact, the tiger prawn costs $1 more than the noodles.
So how much does the noodle cost? I think it's 10 cents.
$1? 5 cents.
The noodle costs 5 cents and the tiger prawn costs $1.05. So you're right.
If you thought about this question quickly, you probably answered 10 cents.
Most people would answer like what you did, in a fast, intuitive method.
If you answered 5 cents, this indicates you solved problems analytically rather than follow your instincts and intuition.
However, it would be a mistake to assume that one way of thinking is always better than the other.
They are just different and ideally used differently at appropriate times. The well-known saying, "To err is human," was first coined in 1709. But as we have learned more about how we can naturally make systematic errors in our decisions, this adage seems even more relevant today than ever before. Scientists have identified many thinking biases, and we'll discuss several of these in our course. These biases come so natural that they are difficult to avoid. Perhaps the best we can do is educate you on how our brains fall for these mistakes. This is our mission for learning to choose better.
While we cannot always avoid some of our irrational choices, at least we hope to equip you with a chance to do the rational thing at the times that's most important to you. So, one last question.
You're running a marathon.
Okay.
You run very fast.
Yeah.
You have just overtaken the person in second place.
Okay.
What place are you at right now?
First place.
Again?
First place.
Second. Second. That's a good question. What place are you in? You're in one.
Yeah. No, actually, you're in second place. So.